Hello, my name is May Dodelau with YesFinanciallyFree.com. Hi, it's May here with YesFinanciallyFree.com, and if you're on YouTube, my channel is Creative Abundance Now. So today's broadcast is 9 ways that a mastermind can make you financially free faster, and that's what we really want, right? We want to become financially free. We want as fast as possible. We want to do it in a way that is permanent, right? So let's talk about this in a real way. Now, who am I? Just a brief introduction. My name, like I said, is May Dodelau. It's actually spelled M-E-Y. And I live in Honolulu, Hawaii. This is our condo. We have a nice ocean view from the balcony. If you want to see it, go on my Facebook Lives or any of those, or join my email list. There's so many lives I do from my balcony. But anyway, YesFinanciallyFree.com is my blog, and on the right side is a place where you put your name and your email, and that's how you join my email list. Well, let's begin with my story so you understand who I am. I used to work at a bank here, a good bank, nice job, in Honolulu, Hawaii, but I didn't want to work there. I wanted to follow my dream, okay? It took me a while to figure out what my dream was. I just knew it wasn't working that job, although I really appreciated that job. So finally, I went after my dreams, and I got really in debt, actually. A lot of debt, over $30,000 of debt. And it was hard for me because I was only making about $35,000 a year. And hello.
Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry, my computer fell asleep, so I apologize for that. Anyways, let me just make sure that everything's still okay. I will see. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you my story. So I got into a lot of debts, and then what happened was I got out of debt. It took me about 6 years. So it was about 2008, 2009 that I got into all that debt. And then about 2000, and then exactly actually April of 2016, I paid off my last credit line. And I had no more personal debt. So that was a huge day for me because at one point I was paying $1,200 a month in debt payments alone. So that's a lot of money to be paying out in debt. So anyway, I will keep going. Anyway, I'll keep going. Thank you for being live, by the way. Hi. So I paid off all my debt in about 6 years. That's like $30,000 paid off. April 2016. And then in December 2016, I quit my job at that bank and became a full-time mother, which is what I wanted to do. My son was 3 at the time, 3 years old. And I became a part-time finance freedom coach. So I've been doing financial freedom masterminds for 2 years now. And we've had amazing results. And I wanted to share with you 9 ways that being in a mastermind can make you financially free faster. Okay, so I'm going to begin. So that's kind of my story. We also bought 2 investment properties while I was in these masterminds. First time I ever bought property. I own 2 condos in Waikiki with my husband, which are both running Airbnb businesses. So we have that. That's our story so far. So let's talk about the mastermind and why masterminds are so important. So first of all, I want to talk about what is a mastermind. You guys might be like, what's a mastermind? Some of you might know, some of you might not. So a mastermind is when you have more than one person come together to achieve a specific goal. All right. So in our case, we make finance freedom masterminds. So that means everyone who joins the group wants to become financially free. All right. You wouldn't be in the group unless you want to become financially free. So that's why you're there. All right. And what we do is we do all the actions, the steps that we need to become financially free as quickly as possible. Okay. So we do whatever it takes. It's like guerrilla warfare on our finances, and we want to become financially free. Now, what does that not mean? Okay, we are not a network marketing company or anything like that. We're just a group of people who get together who want to be financially free and work on it as quickly as possible. That doesn't mean you can't be a network marketer to be in the group, but it's not like network marketing. Someone asked me that. They're like, is this network marketing? I was like, no. We teach you how to invest your money, keep track of your net worth, understand passive income, start creating it, track all these numbers, and get your expenses down, and then get your passive income up so you can be financially free. And then when he heard that, he's like, okay, I'll join. But let me just tell you that. So that's what it is. Now, anyone can join a finance freedom mastermind as long as they want to be financially free. Okay. And passive income defined by our mastermind is money you make without working. So if you're in a company or you're doing something like options trading or whatever, if you're doing options trading or currency trading, stock trading, if you're doing network marketing, that's not considered passive income because you have to do something to make the income. Does that make sense? You understand? That's like a job because you have to spend time to make money, right? Now, if you bought stocks and they pay you dividends and they just pay you, that's passive income. If you bought a property and you have a manager running it and it's paying you money, that's passive income. So there's a difference between passive and active income. And we talk about that in our masterminds and we get really clear, and then we focus on passive income. All right? We focus on both. We focus on active and passive income because we need to have active income to invest, right? So we do focus on both, but our main focus is financial freedom. And that's why we're together as a group. Now, how do you create a mastermind? Anyone could create a mastermind, but you have to have you have to have a mentor, or you have to have people in the group who can give each other good advice, right? You have to be consistent. That's one of the biggest things. So you have to have a lot of consistency, and you're very determined, right? You're very on time, on target. Then you can totally do a mastermind, right? Now, what I found that one of my gifts is that I'm very consistent, very disciplined. Like when I start something, I finish it. I was in one network marketing company my whole life, and I stayed with it until it went out of business. Because I don't quit things, I stay with it till the end, and then it went out of business. And then I was like, okay, I don't think I want to do network marketing for a while. It was a lot of work, honestly. So it's your call, but that's my gift. So that's why I create masterminds. Plus, I think masterminds are the most effective way of creating progress in my life, in your life, in anyone's life. That's my personal opinion. You might be really good at whatever you do and you might not agree. But for me, masterminds are the quickest way to become successful. All right. So how do you create a mastermind? You get a group of people together, you meet at the same time every week, and you mastermind how to become financially free as fast as possible every week, right? And we do it for a year, at least 1 year. So when you sign up for Finance Freedom Mastermind, one of our Finance Freedom Masterminds, you're in it for 1 year and you meet every week, up to twice a week, plus once a month with a coach. All right. So it's pretty cool. But let's talk about, so I'll tell you about that as well. So once a week we do the mastermind, and what happens is we do it online. So not everyone lives in Hawaii. You know, some people do, but some people don't, right? So we meet online, kind of like this, but not on YouTube. We meet on Zoom meetings, which we train you how to do. It's real easy. But basically, we meet online and we talk about our projects for the week. We talk about our goals. We talk about how to get them faster. And then we usually are reading a book. And we go through the chapter we read together, and we do the exercises in the book. And the book's always about financial freedom or something to do with money, right? Have you ever had a book that you've never read, that you know it's good for you, but you never read it, right? Maybe some of you own this book. Here, I'll show you a cool book. Money, Master the Game of Wealth by Tony Robbins. How many of you bought this book and never read it, right? I'm actually on page 383. So I've read that much of it in the last 2 weeks. So masterminds are really great. They get you to do the work you know you should. So we'll talk about that right now, okay? So masterminds, woohoo! What are the 9 ways masterminds can make you financially free faster? So let me take a look here and give you some of the clues that I have, okay? So first of all, you've learned the steps to become financially free, okay? So let's say that you want to be financially free, right? But you just don't know how, right? There's a lot of people who don't know how to become financially free. I know a lot of people who don't have any passive income, right? Now, if you wanted to be financially free, you want to be rich, you should have passive income. But I know most people have zero passive income. So in the beginning, you know, it might be as easy as, you know, learning what that is. You know, start a savings account that gives you 2% interest. You know, start, you know, a brokerage account where you can start making dividend income. Maybe go buy a property where you can start making rental income, you know, or whatever. If you're an actor, maybe go get some more gigs and create more royalty income. Or if you're a writer, you know, get that book done. But basically, we talk about the steps. So there are certain steps you have to take to become financially free. Of course, one of them is generate passive income, which I just said. And a lot of you watching this may not know what passive income is, but now you do, right? Because I just talked about it's money you make without working, right? Without spending time. So some of you that might be a new concept to you. Like for me, when I first heard it, I was like, what? That exists? You know, I was like, how could that be possible? You know, my brain was like blowing away. So yeah, it is possible, and you can make passive income. Like me and my husband, we make about over $500 a month in passive income, and it's growing consistently. It doesn't include our businesses. So what I'm saying is you're going to learn what you need to do. So it's not just passive income. There's other things you need to learn. You need to learn how to calculate your net worth. You need to learn how to calculate your cash flow. You need to understand what those mean, right? You need to create an account where you're going to be financially free. I call it my financial freedom account, right? We create a financial freedom account, which is used only to make you financially free, right? Tony Robbins talks about that, right? He has a freedom account, and he teaches the same stuff. You know, you need to pay yourself first. That's something else we teach. Very important. You have to pay yourself first. Every time you make money, you put that money away for you first in an investment account or somewhere. So the first thing you're going to get out of a Finance Freedom Mastermind is you're going to learn the steps to become financially free. And that's super important because, like I said, a lot of people, they don't know how to become free. And there's actually steps. You know, there's steps that you take consistently and you'll become free. So that's one thing, okay? That's one thing that's a great benefit for joining a Finance Freedom Mastermind. Even if you join for only 1 year, at least you'll know what to do, right? And then if you drop out, at least you'll know what to do, right? A lot of people have no idea what to do to become financially free. They're out there doing these get-rich-quick things. They're out there, you know, jumping into things that make their lives busier instead of more free, right? I know a lot of people have jobs and they go into network marketing and then they're like super, super busy, right? It's like, instead of getting more free time, you're getting less free time. And that's not the point. Financial freedom is supposed to have you have more time for yourself, where you choose what you want to do, right? Not getting extra jobs and losing your life and not being with your kids. In fact, it's the opposite, right? The reason I quit my job was to be with my son. So my main occupation is being a mother, okay? Being a mother. That's what I do most of the time. This morning, I was making breakfast and lunch for everyone. You know, I wake up a half hour earlier than my son and my husband, and I'm cooking breakfast. You know, I'm cooking lunch. I'm packing everything. That was what I was doing. That's mommy, right? I'm being a mom because that's what I chose to be. So let's talk about number 2. Number 2 is you get to surround yourself with like-minded people, right? Everybody says this. When you want to create success in your life, you want to become financially free as fast as possible, you need to surround yourself with like-minded people who want the same thing you do, right? Isn't that so true, right? So you need to surround yourself with people who think like you, all right? So if you want to be financially free, do you want to hang out with people at work, your coworkers who complain that you never make enough money and when are you going to retire? You want to hear stuff like that? Or do you want to be around people who are like, okay, I found this way to make passive income, or I improved my income and now I'm growing my financial freedom account and I'm starting to pay myself passive income and I found a good investment property? And wouldn't you rather be around people like that, right? It's kind of hard sometimes to be around the right people because the reason where you're at is because you're surrounded by certain people and you become like them, right? And you need to surround yourself with people who you want to be like. And if you want to be financially free, joining a Finance Freedom Mastermind is one of the quickest ways to surround yourself with like-minded people. All right, so that is very important. Number 3 way it makes you financially free faster is you get all your questions answered. Now you're learning the steps to become financially free, but you come in and you're like, I don't understand how to calculate a percent, you know? So we will teach you, right? No question is too dumb, all right? We'll teach you how to do it, okay? You're going to learn what you need to learn. We're very patient, you know, whatever. You don't know how to calculate net worth. We'll teach you. You don't know what cash flow is. We'll teach you, right? So any question you have, we had people come on. She's like, I keep getting fees in my bank account. What do I do? So we talked about how to stop the fees in her bank account, how to reverse fees that she gets in her bank account, you know, different things like that. So we talk about whatever it is. I have collectors calling. I have to make my bill payments. You know, someone's trying to repo my car. Hopefully you won't have questions, that many questions like it, but it doesn't matter what your questions are, okay? Or I think this might be a good passive income investment. What do you think? Or what is passive income again? You know, any question you have, you bring up in the mastermind and we answer it together. We answer your question until you know the answer, until you learned it. That's what masterminds are about, okay? So that's the 3rd way. The 4th way mastermind will get you financially free faster is you can create financial freedom habits. That's one of the biggest things is becoming financially free is actually creating the habits, all right? The habits are more important than the money because once you develop the habits, you will be financially free. It's just a matter of time. But you have to have the habits. And the hardest part is creating the habits. And the Finance Freedom Mastermind is there so that you create the habits. We meet once a week. You have a financial freedom coach every month. And everyone's sole purpose is to help each other create the habits of the financially free. Create the habits. What are some of the habits? Pay yourself first. Invest your money. And then create more passive income. Chart your passive income. Chart your net worth. Keep it every month. Check what it is. You know, figure out how you're doing. How do you improve it? You know, calculate your risk when you're doing an investment. Calculate the return. How do you do that? These are habits. These are habits that we create when we do masterminds. And that's the most important thing is the habit. Financial freedom habits will make financially free people. But if you don't create the habits first, nothing will change, right? And this is the hardest part for people to realize because they're like, wait, I have to change? It's like, of course you have to change. If you don't change, you will never be financially free. But you can change if you change your habits. And the only way to change habits is to change your behavior for a long enough time that becomes automatic, right? That's why we do it for a year. All right. And you might say it only takes 3 months to change a habit. And that might be true. But do you think people jump into Finance Freedom Mastermind and they just do the right action instantly? You get people who are resistant, you know, save money. What? I don't got anybody to save. They're like, they're freaking out. They might be freaking out for 6 months. And then they finally start doing it in month 7, you know. Creating habits, you know, you have to break through a lot of junk in the way. Okay. The fourth way that a mastermind will get you financially free faster is that we actually read books and do the exercises to become financially free. All right. So that's something that I notice a lot of people don't do. A lot of people don't read. Okay. Now you don't have to actually read. You can listen to audiobooks too, but a lot of people don't read books, you know, anymore. I don't know why. Actually, it's been this way forever. There are very few people in the world who love learning and keep learning after school. A lot of people go to school, they get their thing, they go do their job, they're set. But there are some people like me and like you who actually want to keep learning. Who get out of school and you want to keep learning. You want to keep improving yourself. You want to have fun. You want to master things. You want to become great. You know, you have to read. All right. Why is it important to read? Because there are these genius people who wrote these books about how they got this massive success. And if you don't read them, you're like missing out from learning from the greatest teachers on the planet. All right. Like I read the autobiography of Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a billionaire, super successful investor, right? I mean, he didn't start out with that much. He wasn't born rich or anything. Okay. So he's born, I think he was born middle class, really. So, I mean, come on, right? Like, are you not going to learn from him and you're going to be financially free? And a lot of people I've met they're just not motivated to read. They don't read. Once they join this mastermind, they start reading. And we always have books we're reading and we're doing the exercises. We haven't done this one yet because I'm reading it first for the mastermind. But every book we do, if there's an exercise in it, we do the exercise. So we not only read the book, we actually do what the book says. You can't imagine how much progress you can make if you're actually doing what financially successful geniuses do. You do what they say to do, your life changes exponentially, right? But a lot of us get too lazy or life comes in the way. Well, what if every week there was a set time, you went online for 40 minutes, it's only 40 minutes, like really, it's not that long, 40 minutes online, and you were with the group and you talked about the reading, you did the exercise together, and you're done. And you did it, and every week you're doing it, right? Isn't that so much easier, right? So a lot of people who join our mastermind, in the beginning, they're not reading. It's funny, like, and like, why aren't you reading the book? It's like, oh, and suddenly they start reading the book, and then they're like, wow, it's so much better when I read the book, right? And then they start reading, because that's all we're going to do the whole year. We're reading books, and we're doing the exercises, right? And then they start reading, and then they start doing exercise and their life starts to change. Like, holy cow, right? Not only that, they start reading other books. Everyone in our mastermind right now who's actively involved is reading 3 or more books at the same time. That's what's going on right now. And the reason is because once you start reading, you're going to want to read more and more and more, and you're going to actually learn more and more and more. So that's another reason why you need to be in a finance freedom mastermind. Okay, that's number 5. Number 6, you can get information from methods that are working and share in success. All right, so let's say one member of the mastermind. So let's say the mastermind that I'm doing right now, I went and bought 2 properties, right, with my husband, and we converted them both into Airbnbs, right? And now we're seeing how it goes. We're calculating ROI, and we're sharing it with the group, you see. So the group gets to learn from my Airbnb investing experience and decide if that's good for them, right? They're like, okay, so this is what she's doing. You know, is that something I want to do, right? And they get to learn from me, my trials and my successes, and they get to see how it's going. They get to decide, oh, you know, that sounds like a good idea for me too, or maybe not, right? And then if I do something that fails, I can tell them it didn't work out, and then they can judge from that too, and why didn't it work out. So we learn from each other, and if somebody's doing something that's working, then we can learn from that. Do you see how that works? It's like a bunch of minds together, and everyone's going for the same goal. And as you become successful, you pull everybody else up with you. Isn't that super cool? right? So that's the sixth benefit and the sixth way that a finance freedom mastermind can make you financially free faster. Number 7, get help breaking down your personal obstacles. Okay, everyone who joins Finance Freedom Mastermind, including myself, right? We all have personal obstacles that stop us from taking action, right? I had some obstacle lodged in me that wouldn't let me buy property, all right? And then in my first mastermind group that I created, we did an exercise from T. Harv Eker's book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. After I did that exercise, I realized I had this block on buying property. It was a mental block. And I realized what it was. And I got rid of it. I got rid of it in 40 minutes, right? It was gone. It didn't take 40 minutes either because we were on this session 40 minutes. We didn't work on this one exercise with me for 40 minutes, but maybe it took 10 minutes. But in basically 10 minutes, I had removed this obstacle. And 1 month later, I think, 1 or 2 months later, we owned our first property. That's how fast the change was. You cannot believe how powerful personal blocks can be toward creating your financial freedom. Everyone has their own. They're personal, okay? Mine is not going to be the same as yours. I think mine was rooted in I don't even remember what it was because I removed it and it's gone. I can't even remember what it was. But I remember at the time I was like, oh my gosh, this is blocking me from property. And when I got rid of it, it was done. I think it had something to do with me waiting for my dad. Like he was going to help with the down payment. And then I realized that I have to just do it. We have to do it by ourselves without my dad, just go by without him. And then once I realized that, we just went and bought. It was like a miracle to me, but we just did it. It was like, oh, done. We did our own down payment. We don't need my dad. It was so fast. And then when we wanted to buy another one, we did it, done. It's like so much easier. I had that block and I removed it, and you're going to have yours, you see, and I don't know what your block will be. You probably don't even know what it is because I didn't know I had it. I just knew that I wasn't buying property and I was trying to buy property for years and years and still hadn't bought anything. But so I knew there was some kind of block in there, but to remove it and buy property so quickly after shocked me. And I'm telling you, in masterminds, we help each other. We have exercises that we do as a group to help you dislodge, open up, and see if you have some kind of limiting belief that's stopping you. And I had limiting beliefs, and I still have some. Every time we do these, I've done these exercises so many times already now, right? Because I had 3 masterminds in 1 year that I was doing the same exercises in each mastermind. So I've done them multiple times, not to mention that I did it by myself, went back when I was in debt and everything. So doing these things, doing these exercises, doing the work will change your brain, will remove these barriers. And you probably have some obstacle. You probably have something you really want to do. Maybe you really want to go on a cruise. That was one of my obstacles. I went on a cruise too in 2017. Maybe you really want to buy property. Maybe you really want to go back to school. Maybe you have some goal. Who knows? But whatever your goal is, you can have it. And you can have it a lot faster than you think. Sometimes, depends on your situation, but sometimes you can have a lot faster than you think if you just remove some personal obstacle. And suddenly everything opens up. So that's the beauty of a mastermind, all right? Next one, number 8. You can get your financials in order with help, okay? A lot of people don't want to do their financials, okay? I understand it's work, right? You have to go look up your numbers. You have to look at your bank accounts. You have to keep track of things like, oh my gosh, that's work, right? If you want to become financially free and wealthy, you need to know how much money you have. You need to keep track of it. You need to understand where your money's coming in, where it's going out. You need to know what your net worth is. You need to understand all these numbers. You definitely need to know what your passive income is, right? And if you don't have any, you need to start growing it. And then you need to know what it is, right? Because you're going to be growing it. You need a financial freedom account, right? Money that you use to create financial freedom. You need to keep track of that. So how can you do all that? It seems like so much work. It actually takes about an hour of time for most people because most people don't have that many accounts to keep track of. And you can do it very quickly if you have the help of a coach. And every month, every member of the mastermind gets a personal appointment with a finance freedom coach to do their own numbers, okay? Online, of course. In the privacy of your home where you have all your files, and the coach comes online with you and helps you do your numbers. Isn't that awesome? And you just get them done, right? Even if you have all this resistance, the coach will be there and you'll just do it. It's just like a physical training coach when you're working out, right? Same resistance, same results, right? And then you just do your numbers every month with your coach and you get them done and they're done. And it's not as hard as a lot of people think. It's actually, people will be scared of doing their numbers because maybe they're afraid. They don't want to see, right, what they are because they feel like they're a failure maybe and they just don't want to look. But you have to look at your numbers to become financially free. So you just have to be brave. You just have to be brave, okay? Suck it up and be brave. You can do this. That's all I got to say, all right? And I've seen people run away in fear and cower, you know, and they're scared. And we're here to help you, right? We're just here, like your finance freedom coach. We'll go through it with you and you'll be done. And that's it. And so there's nothing to be scared of because someone's with you the whole time. That's the brilliance of Finance Freedom Mastermind, okay? Okay, the last benefit that I'm going to mention, although there's so many benefits, but this one is you use the power of the group to keep you motivated. A lot of people, you know, they start a new goal and then they get less motivated, right? Like it's the new year. It was just a new year. Now it's the end of January, right? So people have these great new goals and they're pumped and they're going for it and they're like, woo, 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 right? But then what happens is they start running out of gas, right? They run out of steam. Maybe you went to a seminar like I did. I went to Millionaire Mind Intensive with T. Harv Eker, and T. Harv Eker's old company, the Millionaire Mind Intensive seminar. And it was amazing, right? You get so pumped up, you know, I have a millionaire mind and you have a millionaire mind. And you're like, you know, you're screaming these affirmations, you're super pumped. And then you come back and you're pumped. And then the following week, you're not as pumped. And then, you know, for most people, they lose the steam, right? Now, for me, fortunately, I'm very, very, very disciplined. So I just did exactly what they said. I did their little booklet they gave me for 90 days. I followed it. I tracked my numbers, you know, I just did what they said, you know. But I wasn't always consistent either because I was doing it on my own. And when I have a group, when I started these masterminds, I got really consistent, which made it really cool. But so you get really motivated and you lose it. But when you're in a Finance Freedom Mastermind, you meet every week for a whole year. So even if you don't feel motivated, you just jump on. It's really easy. You can use your smartphone. You can be on your computer. You just jump on and let the group motivate you. Or tell them you're not motivated and let them help you. Or just show up and just be there, and eventually you'll get motivated again because you'll see other people being successful and you'll be like, hey, I want that too, right? So that's the beauty of it, is you don't have to work so hard. And why? To me, it's like if you can become financially free and do it easy, or you can do it hard, which way would you rather do it, right? Would you rather do it the easy way or the hard way? For me, it's always like I'd rather do it the easy way. I'd rather have a group of people, surround myself with friends, work together, work hard, you know, enjoy each other's successes, help each other when we fail, and just go as a group and just get there faster. To me, that's just so much better. It just makes more sense. It's just more fun. And honestly, most successful people have masterminds. Most successful people I know work with other people. They might have accountants and tax advisors and financial advisors. They might have all kinds of people working on their team, but they also meet with other successful business leaders in their field and their sector, and they talk together about ideas they have, how to make them happen. And if they enjoy the idea, they create a project together. Successful people will network with other successful people. They will mastermind solutions. So use the power of the group and become financially free as quickly as possible and stay motivated on task, right? Like I said, we read books now. I read a book every month on money or on my business. Every book, 1 month, every month, at least one book. But I'm actually reading more than one. So it's very exciting. And I want you to consider, do you want to join a Finance Freedom Mastermind? Yeah? Do you want to become financially free as quick as possible? Now, underneath this video, if you're on YouTube, there's already a link there to check out Finance Freedom Mastermind yourself. Now, that link is to Finance Freedom Training Live, where you get the recordings of the Mastermind group sessions. You get access to a live every week with me for an hour on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Hawaii time. where you can talk to me live and ask me any questions you want, right? And you get the coaching session every month, and it's only $197 a month. So that's the Finance Freedom Training Live product, the link there. Now for the mastermind, the Finance Freedom Training Live, which I just told you about, where you get the recordings, you get to meet with me live on office hour, you get the live coaching session once a month. You get recordings every week, right, to your inbox where you can watch the recording training of an actual mastermind, by the way. Though that costs only $197 a month. So it's extremely affordable. It's a great value, right? I highly recommend it. You can do that any time of the year. But I wanted to tell you, as of today, January 29, 2019, right, I have some openings in the Finance Freedom Mastermind group that I'm in. So every February and June, only 2 times a year, I open the group up, okay, to new members. All right, so new members can join. And I'm limiting the number of members to 10, all right, max. And I already have 4 members. So I'm going to allow 6 more members to join this group, okay? Now, if I get a ton of people who want to join, I can create new groups with other coaches, all right? But if you want to join my group, then you need to join before February, which means you need to get in there in the next 2 days, okay? 29th, 30th, 31st. So you have 3 days, 3-day window. 3-day window to join Finance Freedom Mastermind for a whole year till next February. I'll tell you, it's the greatest investment you can make in your life, in your family's life, in your community, because you're creating financial success inside you, the habits. You're creating the community. And once you do that, you change. You change as a person. I've seen people change. I've seen people go from, I don't know what I'm doing with my finances, to being like a financial powerhouse, becoming, instead of, they started out being the slacker, and now in the family, they're the leader. You know, it's amazing how quickly you can change in 1 year, and how much you can change in a year. Now, I only allow 6 people in because I already have 4. All right. So if you want to join, you have to join by February. How do you join? What you do is you sign up as a Finance Freedom Training Live member, and you tell me you want to upgrade. That's the only way you can join. And you're going to meet with your coach first, go through your first session with the coach and see if you like that. Now, if you like that, we'll give you the opportunity to upgrade. If you don't like it, you can get your money back. 100% money back guarantee is, as long as you let me know in writing. You can email me or whatever. It has to be in writing. Within a month of joining, you can get your money back, okay? But if you do Finance Freedom Training Live and you like it, then you can upgrade into the Mastermind in February, and I'll let you in. And the first February session is on February 5th, okay? February 5th at 9:30 a.m. Hawaii time, all right? So if you're interested in joining Finance Freedom Mastermind and you want to know more, I highly recommend you join Finance Freedom Training Live, and that has most of the services in it except for the live Finance Freedom Mastermind meetings, okay? It still has office hour. You can jump on with me and any other members who want help. That's every week live. You can jump on. I send you a link to jump on. You also have access to video trainings that Mastermind members went through, okay, that actually went through themselves. So you can actually watch that, and that will be sent to your inbox instantly. And you also get a coaching session with a Finance Freedom coach, all right? And we schedule that. And while we're scheduling that, when you do your meeting with your Finance Freedom coach, that's when you can decide after the meeting is over if you want to upgrade or not. And you don't have to upgrade, all right? If you don't want to join Finance Freedom Mastermind, you don't have to, right? You can stay at Finance Freedom Training Live level and pay the $197 a month, get a great deal, do those trainings, and be happy. But if you want to join Finance Freedom Mastermind, then you can upgrade at that time. All right? So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for being on, and thank you for being a member of Creative Abundance Now or YesFinanciallyFree.com, wherever you're watching this from. If you're on the YouTube channel, definitely subscribe. I do great videos, all great value on financial freedom. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, right? And if you're on the blog, go to YesFinanciallyFree.com. If you're not there, go on my blog and subscribe to my email list, because I will email out what I'm going to do my live trainings on to my email list. I give them great deals, great offers. And I also told them about the window in case they wanted to join in. All right. So have a great day. Wishing you the best. Aloha. And see you again next week, Tuesday, for another live YouTube training. Bye.